All right, let's get started with 16.1. Okay, kind of the culmination of a lot of things now. Get my pen working here. Alrighty. Quadratic equations, the square root method. Okay, let's kind of just scroll down here and take a look at what some of this is. Okay, looks like it kind of got backwards here. Look at this right here. Okay. Procedure. Add or subtract terms as necessary so that 0 is on one side of the equation and the equation is in the standard form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, where a, b, and it looks like c got cut out, are real numbers and a cannot equal 0. Factor completely. Okay, let's kind of scroll up. Obviously I did something wrong here. Solve each non-constant factor equals 0 and solve each linear equation for the unknown. Check each solution one at a time in the original equation. Okay, let's go do one really quick little example here so you kind of know what it's talking about. Okay, look at this right here. Procedure. If x squared equals c, c being a constant, then x is going to equal plus or minus c. Now I really want to emphasize this right here. Let me actually change this to something very bright and annoying that everybody's going to see. Okay, this right here, plus or minus, okay, you're going to end up having two answers, okay? Then notice here, if x minus a squared equals c, then x minus a is going to be x plus or minus, okay, or x equals plus or minus c. Okay, if c is negative, okay, then the solution will be non-real. Okay, notice here we have x squared equals 25. Well, let's just do this quick little example here and you'll see what it means by that part, and we're going to do a bunch of examples. Okay, so here we have x squared equals negative 25. Square root method says take the square root of this side, take the square root of this side. Notice what's going to happen here. The square root is going to cancel the power and you're going to be left with x equals. Now here's where we get the plus or minus. Well, we can take the square root of 25, but remember what happens, okay, when we have this little guy in there. Okay, we now have an imaginary number. Okay, so let's kick him out as we square root this thing, and we're going to end up having the square root of 5, okay, I, but also we're going to have negative 5i, because this right here will have a plus or minus as kind of an addendum to it. Okay, like I said, don't get too freaked out. We're going to do a bunch of examples. Okay, if not on this, we'll do a bunch in class. Okay, let me just kind of come over here. You can see some of the other ones that we're going to be doing. Let me kind of just scroll down here. Okay, very simple one on this one. Let's look at this. We've got 64x squared equals 64. We need to get the x squared by itself. Okay, that's how I do it. Okay, and then so let's just do that real quick. Let's take this 64 and let's divide it off. Okay, getting the x squared by itself. Now once we do that, we're going to be left with x squared equals 1. Well, now we're going to take the square root of both sides, knowing that whenever we take the square root of this side, we need to have a plus or minus. So whenever we do that, we get x squared. Well, that's going to just turn into x equals plus or minus 1, which you could write it as x equals negative 1 and x equals 1. Really, honestly, this one boils down to, it's almost just as simple as that. Okay, we're going to do some Pythagorean theorem a little bit. Okay, there's a lot of triangle work, but nothing too terribly hard on this one. Just a lot of just kind of get it in your head. This is just a new method to start kind of solving these quadratics that we probably couldn't solve in earlier chapters.